All right, so conversions. Can you explain, like, what does that mean in the context of web design?
So a conversion is basically any action that you want a user to take on your website. So
Okay.
it could be anything from like signing up for your email list to making a purchase, downloading an ebook, whatever your goal is.
So it's not just about getting them to the website, it's about getting them to do something once they're there.
Right, exactly. It's about turning those visitors into customers or leads.
Okay, so how does design play into that?
Design plays a huge role because if your website is visually appealing and easy to use, people are more likely to stick around and actually, do what you want them to do.
Okay, so can you give us some examples of how design choices can actually lead to more conversions?
Sure, so let's talk about call to action buttons for a second.
Okay.
You know those buttons that say like sign up now or buy now or learn more? Those are super important, and way they're placed, how they look, the language that's used, all of that can make a big difference.
So, like, if the button is hidden in the corner, or is like a really weird color that blends in with the background.
Yeah, nobody's going to see it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, bright and bold and it says something clear and concise and it's placed in a spot where people are naturally looking, then they're way more likely to click on it.
Okay, so it's about making it obvious.
Exactly.
And then there's like the psychology of color too, right?
Oh, yeah. Color is huge.
Yeah.
Different colors evoke different emotions and associations.
Like green is for like eco-friendly stuff.
Yeah. Green is often used for brands that are, focused on sustainability or nature.
And blue is for like trustworthy companies.
Yeah. Blue is often associated with trust and security, which is why a lot of banks and financial institutions use it.
And red is for like urgent stuff, like buy now before it's gone.
Exactly. Red creates a sense of urgency and excitement.
Okay, so you really have to think about what feeling you're trying to evoke with your color choices.
Absolutely.
And what about like font size and stuff? I know we've left websites before because the font was just like way too small to read.
Yeah, typography is really important.
Yeah.
You want to choose fonts that are easy on the eyes and that reflect your brand personality.
Okay, so if it's hard to read, people are going to bounce.
Yeah, they'll just go somewhere else.
And then there's also the whole like mobile responsiveness thing.
Right. That's huge these days. People
Yeah.
are browsing the web on their phones and tablets more than ever.
Mm.
And if your website isn't optimized for those devices, you're going to lose a lot of visitors.
Okay, and the stat for that was like 73% of people will leave a website if it's not mobile friendly.
Yeah, it's a really important consideration.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Right.
UX, visual appeal, SEO, link, building international considerations, and now conversions.
I know it's a lot.
It's a lot. So to sum it all up,
Yeah.
is there anything else that people should keep in mind when they're designing a website for their business?
I think the main takeaway is that good website design is not just about aesthetics. It's about creating a website that is both beautiful and functional.
Right, it's about user experience.
Exactly.
It's about strategy.
Yeah, it's about understanding your target audience and designing a website that meets their needs and achieves your business goals.
And it sounds like it can be kind of overwhelming, especially if you're new to all of this.
It can be, but there are a lot of resources and tools available to help.
Like ICZ Agency.
Yeah, they're great. They can build a website for you in 24
In
hours.
24 hours. That's incredible.
I know, it's amazing.
So they handle all the technical stuff, the design, the SEO, all of that?
Yeah, they take care of everything so you can focus on running your business.
Okay, so that's definitely something to consider if you don't have the time or the expertise to build a website yourself.
Right, or if you just want it done quickly and efficiently.
And even if you do decide to go the DIY route, just remember that you don't have to do everything at once.
Yeah, start with the basics and build from there.
Like, what are some of those basics?
Well, make sure your website is easy to navigate and that the content is clear and concise.
Yep.
Make sure it looks good. Choose a color palette and typography that reflects your brand. And do some basic SEO research so that people can actually find your website.
And there are tons of resources online to help you with all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. There are articles, tutorials, videos, you name it.
So just start Googling.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's recap some of the key takeaways from our deep dive so far.
All right, so we started by talking about user experience, which is all about making your website easy and enjoyable to use.
Right. Clear navigation, intuitive layout, mobile responsiveness, all of that.
Exactly. Then we moved on to visual appeal, using color psychology, typography, and imagery to create a website that is both aesthetically pleasing and reflects your brand personality.
And then we talked about SEO and the importance of getting your website found by search engines.
Yeah, we discussed strategies like keyword research, content optimization, and link building.
And we also touched on the importance of local SEO for brick-and-mortar businesses.
Right, making sure your Google My Business profile is up to date and that you're showing up in local search results.
And finally, we talked about how all of these elements work together to influence conversions.
Yes, getting people to take action on your website, whether that's signing up for your email list, making a purchase, or downloading an ebook.
So we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But I think the most important thing to remember is that building a website is a journey, not a destination.
Exactly. It's an ongoing process of learning, experimenting, and refining.
And with the right resources and a little bit of effort, anyone can create a website that effectively represents their brand and achieves their business goals.
Absolutely. So what are you waiting for?
Go out there and build something amazing.
Yeah.
And for anyone out there who's like, okay, I get it, websites are important, but like this is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start.
Right.
I want to remind everyone about ICZ Agency. They can build you a website in 24 hours.
It's incredible.
I know, it's amazing. Like, it's fully functional, beautiful.
Yeah, and they handle like everything.
Everything.
The UX, the SEO, the design, like you don't have to worry about any of the technical stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So if you just want to like get it done and have it be amazing, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
But even if you decide to DIY it,
Right.
we've given you a lot of information today.
We have.
But just remember, like, you don't have to do everything at once.
Yeah, take it one step at a time.
Start with the basics. Make sure your website is easy to use.
Right.
Make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
And make sure people can find it.
Exactly.
And then you can kind of build from there. You know, add more features as you go.
Right. It's an ongoing process.
Exactly.
It's not like you build a website and then you're done.
Nah.
You're constantly updating it and improving it.
Right. It's a little living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive for today.
Yeah, I think so too.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But hopefully everyone feels a little bit more informed about the world of web design.
And empowered to like go out there and build something amazing.
Exactly. So go forth and design.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.